everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to sit down and show you my routine for cold weather and kind of what I've been doing recently because I came down with a pretty bad sinus infection. So I haven't been wearing a ton of makeup, but now that I've been feeling a little bit better, I've been putting a little bit on, and I just want to show you guys what I've been doing. So already have my eyelids primed with my Milani primer, and today I don't have my eyebrows done because I don't do a whole lot when it's really super cold and I'm not feeling well. So I'm just going to jump into my eyes first, and I'm going to be using my bronzer. This is the Physicians Formula one, just the regular butter bronzer. I am just going to take some of that on a little blending brush, and I'm going to apply this in my crease. And I'm taking my time blending this out so it's really, really soft. I'm doing pretty good today. I'm pretty much all the way better. So I am taking more time blending, but when I was feeling really crummy, I would just like slap it on and it wasn't good. But now sometimes just putting makeup on helps you feel just a little bit better. Now that I've got that on, I am going to pop into the blush that I'm going to use. This is a Neutrogena Cheeky Wink blush. This is in the shade First Crush, so it's like a really light corally pink. And I'm just going to focus this directly into my crease and not really buff it out as much as the bronzer, just so we have a really nice cohesive look. And since this blush is kind of more of a cream to powder formula, after I lay it down, I like to take my finger and kind of gently pat to blur it out even further. And now I'm going to take a Super Shock shadow. This is in the shade Berry Sweet. It's from their collaboration with Halo Top. And I'm just going to very lightly sweep this all over my lid, kind of messily. Doesn't have to be perfect. I just like to have shimmer on the lid. If you don't, you can totally skip this and buff out your bronzer and blush however you want. I'm going to go back into the brush and just kind of run it very gently in my crease to diffuse everything. Seems like every single year around this time I get a sinus infection without fail. Always, every year. This is my mint and ginger tea. I've been drinking this. It's really helped a lot. Now that I am pretty happy with my eyes, for my skin I am going to use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. This is the shade Fair 2W, and I'm going to just put some pumps on the back of my hand, and I pick it up with my sponge and then I blend it out. I didn't use any sort of primary base today. All I have is my moisturizer and sunscreen, because when I'm not feeling well, you know, less is more. Since my sinuses are like feeling all congested and puffy, and there's a lot of pressure there, patting with a sponge, it just kind of feels really nice, and like a little massage right there, and it's just really nice. So if you see me going over those areas a little bit more, that's why. So this amount of coverage, it's not like a whole lot. It's pretty light. I would say it's like highlight coverage, and that was 2.5 pumps of my tinted moisturizer. I'm gonna let that set down a little bit. And for my brows, I'm going to use my e.l.f. Ultra Fine Brow Pencil, or Ultra Precise, whichever it is. And I'm going to comb through, and what I do when I'm sick is, since the tails of my brows are the most sparse, I just kind of deepen them up. I'm not giving a whole bunch of shape, I just kind of very lightly run through to give more definition to them so they don't disappear on my face. And then I'll comb through to make sure all the products evenly dispersed. And this will be all I do for brows, besides a little bit of brow gel at the end. It's really simple and fast, but brows are my least favorite, so when I'm not feeling well, they don't get as much attention. Now I'm going to go into concealer. I am going to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. This is the shade ivory. And I'm not going to do any heavy concealing or brightening. I'm just going to put it like right underneath my eyes and blend it out. I would have done this before my brows, but my brain's kind of frazzled from being sick. You know how when you're sick you're not all there? Now, I'm just going to take the brush that I was using on my lid and go back into the bronzer. And I'm going to pinch it and just very lightly run this on my lower lash line, just to give a little bit of color down there and definition. So now I'm going to go into my bronzer for my face. This is a blush brush, but I really like it for bronzer and for blush. I use it for both. And I just very lightly tap it around the perimeters of my face, and I very lightly bring it down. Like I said, this is very minimal, easy, not a whole lot of effort goes in. And I like to pat the bronzer on because then I can spend less time actually buffing and blending, because I feel like the patting disperses it more and you can spend less time on actually worrying about lines and stuff. I'm going to put a little bit on the sides of my nose. I'm not pinching the brush at all. I'm just kind of warming up my face so I don't look as sickly. The weather said it was supposed to be 50 today, and it lied. It lied. It's really cold, and it's only 30 right now. So, weather app, you are a liar. Now I'm going to go into highlighter. I'm actually using a ColourPop Super Shock highlighter. This is in the shade Stole the Show. And I'm going to use the other side of my sponge. I'm going to dip into that and bring it down onto the apples of my cheeks. And then I'm just going to take the extra and kind of pat it on my forehead and my nose and my chin. Now I'm going to take the same blush that I used on the eyes, the Neutrogena blush, and I'm going to dip into it with my sponge again. And I'm going to smile and blend this over top of that highlighter. When I first got this blush, I kind of didn't like it, but now that I've learned to use it, I like to start light and then build, just to get the intensity that I want. And I like using it with a sponge, and it's really beautiful. It gives this really nice glow. Obviously that's my highlighter, but if I don't wear highlighter, I still have a really nice, like, healthy glow. Not like an illuminated glow, but it's just like this nice, healthy looking flush. I'm going to take the extra and pat it around where my bronzer is, my nose and my chin. Okay, now I am just going to throw some mascara on, and I'll be right back. Alright, mascara's on. I only did 2 very, very light coats of my ColourPop mascara in the shade Brownie Points to keep with a very simple, naturally-ish theme. So now I'm going to move on to brow gel. This is my e.l.f. Brow Boss Gel. And I start at the tail, and I very quickly but carefully go from like this area inward. And I just went through those really quickly because I don't care. And now I'm going to go back into my highlighter, and I'm going to take this little flat brush and use it as a inner, oh, I got a little much. I'm going to pull it up here a little bit. I wasn't going to do this today, but you know, plans change. So now I gotta make this side match. I'm just pulling it up into my eye socket, meeting where my brow kind of starts, a little bit past that, actually. Okay, well, that's kind of a mess, but you get the idea. Okay, now when I'm sick, normally I would just throw on a lip balm, but I'm actually heading out to do a couple errands since I'm starting to feel better. I need to get some stuff done. So I'm going to line my lips with a ColourPop Lippy Pencil. This is the shade Good and Plenty. I'm mostly going to focus this in the center and kind of bring it down onto my lip. And then I'm going to take a tinted lip balm. This one's from Neutrogena. It is the shade Sunny Berry. And I actually wasn't too sure about the shape of this. It's kind of like an oval, but I actually really like it. So, not being super careful, just kind of press it into my lips now. Now to finish it up, I am going to spray my face with my Flower Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray. And I'm going to press all that in to melt everything. Okay, and this is the finished look. This is about typically what I wear when I'm in a hurry, don't feel good, super cold outside. This is about what I do every single time with some variation depending on how I'm feeling. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified every single time I upload a video for you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Mwah. I need a mirror. Don't interrupt me. Oh, stop dropping things. Really? Right when I was about to wrap it up? Okay. Rude.